Well, hello everyone. This is Bout Galaxy 10.
Nice.
We're going to do a rambling review for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
This one's good. This one's really good.
I mean, I think my opinion, my previous opinion kind of held up more or less. Is that it's a very fun movie. It's very visually spectacular. The humor is really, really good. The story's fine.
Yeah.
That's kind of my overall thought. Is like it's very fun and enjoyable, but there's not like, and I wouldn't call it like one of the best. It's not anywhere near one of the best, but it's definitely very fun.
I kind of like it for being different, though.
Yeah.
From the other MCU movies in terms of story. Where it's not like there's a huge major villain or anything in this. Like, it's just a lot of people trying to get something for their own purposes.
Yeah.
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
Where it's not just big bad at the end, you gotta fight them. It sort of is, but it's not, like, hugely, like, pushed into there. Like, I can't really say this film has a main villain.
Probably the ghost, but she's kind of just like, I'm
in pain!
I'm in
Fix
pain.
it!
I'm in pain, I want to fix it. Go use bad method to do.
Yeah, but it's not like, for example, like Killmonger or whatever, where it's like they're the major pushing of the plot.
And I think having the, what's his name, the Black Market guy, as a secondary villain works really well, because it kind of, it like, having like a three-way conflict is just inherently way more interesting.
It also works for the Ant-Man style of humor to have the villain that you can take seriously and the villain you slightly can't take seriously.
What do you mean? You can't take me seriously?
We.
What you talking about?
We. So, yeah, I guess we just went through part of the plot, so want to continue with the plot since...
Yeah.
First off, I adore... This is peak parenting goals.
the whole sequence with Scott and Cassie at the beginning, like, peak parenting goals, like...
Yeah.
Just like...
the whole time! The whole movie!
Turn my entire house into an adventure playground with my daughter. It's the coolest freaking thing.
It's it's fantastic. And even then, when the villain has to stop their monologue so he can get a call from her, is the most parenting thing that would ever happen.
They did such a, like, Scott and Cassie have such an adorable relationship. It is so fun.
It reminds me a lot of Spider-Man PS4, where Spider-Man just gets calls from people, and they're like, from people who don't know he's Spider-Man, so he has to be like, yeah, going fine, be there soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's delightful.
Also, I really like how they brought back how they brought back the plot point of the mother and was like, wait a second, he went there and came back.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
It doesn't mean death. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute here. And also just the whole thing of Scott getting her mind melding with him is just hilarious.
Yeah.
And then him coming back and being like,
how do we get up here? Why am I holding hands with Hank?
I thought he hated me. Like, just imagine that you blank out for a bit, and then you're holding hands with someone who despises you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not sure how this happened.
So, what about... His name's Jim, right? The FBI guy. He's great. I
thought we were going for the story.
Oh. Okay. Story. Back to story. I
was talking about the story the whole time. On the story beats.
Like, half the time we just don't even talk about the story beats and we kind of just end up talking about them while we're talking about the characters. So I kind of just...
Okay, character time then, Joel.
Fine, whatever. Fine.
Scott's fantastic. We've already been through that.
Scott's great. He's as great as he's been. He's great again. He's funny.
I forget her name.
Hope.
Hope's fantastic. Like, I really like how it feels where it's like strained from the first movie. But still there.
Yeah. The relationship is complicated, but it's there.
It's complicated, but he can also turn into an ant. So what's not complicated about it? Being honest. If it was normal, it'd be weird.
But yeah, she has some really cool actions. She has some really cool action stuff in this movie.
This movie also has some of my favorite scenes in it. Hey, buddy, how was your trip? How was your day at school?
Hey, buddy, how's your day?
How was your day at school?
Hank is so sassy in this movie.
I love him.
It's wonderful.
I love him every scene he was on screen. Like, every time he opened his mouth,
it's okay.
he chewed the scenery.
Don't worry about me, everybody.
I wouldn't think someone could chew the scenery more than Ant-Man. He does so.
Gosh dang it, Hank.
And yet somehow he still doesn't peak Luis standards. My freaking god! I thought that having too much of him would be a bad thing. Like, I thought they'd be like, oh, he was funny in the first movie. We gotta do the same thing again. They make him funnier. How the frick do they do that?
Luis is like peak MCU comedy. I love him so much. He's so delightful. I didn't laugh as hard this time at it, but I was crying the first time I saw the truth serum scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was literally crying.
It's not truth serum.
So funny.
It is truth serum.
It is truth serum.
Baba Yaga!
Just the idea that Luis is so much of an idiot that the truth serum backfires and completely doesn't work. It's so funny. It's so good.
The other two are great, though.
Yeah,
I don't remember their names, but they're fantastic.
Oh, you
Baba Yaga!
Baba Yaga! Oh, man.
Okay, so, Black Market dude.
He's like, he has like a little bit of, he kind of is like that character who's like a little like he kind of has like.
In any other movie, this would be the douchebag who you think's the main villain before the true main villain kills them.
Kinda. Yeah, he's kind of he's almost just kind of like shows up to throw a wrench and stuff, but you know he's not going to actually he's not going to actually like win anything in this, but he's just enough of a threat to throw a wrench in everything.
Yeah. He's there to build tension.
Yeah, he's there to build tension and be pretty funny in the middle.
He's the Ant-Man comedy villain.
Yeah. He's fun.
Meanwhile, the Ant-Man actual villain, Ghost. I really like what they did with her.
I think honestly, like, I think she's a decently interesting villain on her own. She also has some cool action stuff to be able to walk through stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
That's fun. I think what makes me really like it, though, is having her relationship with Bill as well. Like, honestly, Bill is probably one of my favorite characters in this whole movie.
He's really good.
Like, the fact that he's, like, actually, like, he's like one of the lead antagonists in this movie. And he's, like, actually, like, a super decent guy.
One of my favorite scenes
cool.
of this was when Ghost was planning on using Cassie, and then he's like, no. She has nothing to do with this. No.
Yeah,
like, I really like how he has a line he won't cross.
Yeah, he's a great character.
Like, he really feels like a hero character that turned bad, but isn't actually bad.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. Jim from the FBI. I think his name's Jim.
How do you do the trick? He kind of feels like Discount Luis, but I don't care.
He has his own. He kind of has his own spin on it. He's very fun in it.
And also the fact that the FBI just keep raiding his house is hilarious.
Yeah. Like, I love how he's like, I'm trying to be a professional, and then he just, like, completely drops the professionalism at every turn. It's so funny.
But yeah, my favorite part is that they just keep breaking into his house every time. They think something's happening.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is illegal! No, it actually isn't.
They need a warrant. Actually, they don't.
Before we continue, those two are fantastic. Cassie's mom and stepfather, fantastic. Still great characters.
They're not.
It works that they're not important to this one because it doesn't fit with them, but it works really well.
They have their brief moments in the spotlight, and it works well for them.
Yeah.
I miss you so.
The mom?
Oh. Get it. She's cool. She got cool powers.
Where'd she get the cloak? She was in the like,
I don't know, man.
Wasp lady outfit. Where'd she get the cloak? Did the wings like deteriorate or something? What happened?
I don't know.
Did she
They just want to make her look like a cool post-apocalyptic thing, I guess. I don't know.
Where'd she get it? Did she raid a Kleenex?
Listen, it's as Stanley says in the movie. The 60s were fun, but now we're paying for it.
Exactly.
By the way, probably one of the best Stanley. That might be one of the best Stanley cameos.
Yeah.
They're just like the fourth wall. I have this thing. It will shrink the fourth wall. There will no longer be a fourth wall.
I mean, every time Stanley shows up, it's one of the.
But it is so blatant this time.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally like. He is literally just
He might as well
Stanley
be
in the
shrugging
movie.
to the camera, being like, look, I know it's weird, just go with it.
Just go with it, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I must have been high or something. It was the 60s. I was probably high. It wasn't illegal back then. It was probably fine. It was probably that. Was it illegal? I don't know. I was high.
Yeah, this movie is very fun. I would call it's not a masterpiece.
Remember, guys,
fantastic.
fantastic movie equals short review because it's like, what do we say about this? Watch it. It's good. It doesn't do things wrong. Yo, things wrong. Exactly.
The physics don't really make sense. The science doesn't make very much sense, and the physics of a lot of the action doesn't make sense because apparently their weight doesn't really change. Like, it's inconsistent whether their weight changes when they grow or shrink. But it's cool, so who cares? The 60s were fun.
Are we really trying to find? Are we really trying to nitpick physics?
I don't know, that's what I thought of, man.
When he's flying in ants from a seagull horde.
You asked me to say this thing wrong with the movie. I said what came to mind, okay? You asked.
We have a building suitcase that also gets slammed into. That also breaks the window of a car, and nothing seems to happen to the building at that. I don't think the movie cares about physics. Which is weird, considering how physics is a large part of this movie. My brain is hurting.
It's called pseudoscience.
It's called sci-fi, actually. That's what it actually is.
Very soft science fiction.
Also, I called the name Antonio.
Both did. And then we were like, gosh dang it! Why is there a wheel?
Watch the movie, it's good. Next Marvel is Captain Marvel.
Yay! See you guys for that, or whatever thing you decide to watch next. And until then, take care.